All right, here we go. Friday, December 3rd. The Bearcat Journal Nightcap brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken. They serve jumbo tenders, breasts, wing, thigh, leg pieces, sandwiches, side salad, spirits, and their addictive Galactic sauce in a fun retro diner atmosphere. Every piece is gluten-free, served with love, and their positive will prevail attitude. As long as the Bearcats game is on, they will be watching. Closed on Tuesdays. Keep that in mind. And if you say pump it up and show your proof of membership to Bearcat Journal, 15% off. It's outstanding. Get there. Try it. Love it. Like we do. Not a ton again today, which kind of crazy. Two kind of slow days in a row. We did have a Luke Fickell press conference in preparation for the championship game tomorrow. The only newsy kind of bit of information, backup offensive lineman Marcelo Mendiola has entered the transfer portal. And you're going to see some of that over the next couple days. You know, guys that are down the roster a little bit, and they're going to want an opportunity to play. That's just kind of how things work this time of year. For most schools, it happened last week, transfer portal Monday, as some people called it, just because a lot of seasons ended. Cincinnati with a championship game pushed things back a week. So unfortunate that, you know, he showed some promise when he came in, but never really found his way onto the field. So wish Marcelo nothing but luck going forward. The biggest thing from the Luke Fickell press conference today was a quote where he essentially said, you know, somebody, I think Justin maybe, asked him about, you know, getting Cincinnati to the level where they are a top 10 program. And Luke said, you know, basically, for me, I don't think I'll ever, like, really feel that way while I'm here. Maybe when I retire, I'll look and say, hey, we built a top 10 program. That's going to catch everybody's attention. And it did. You know, it's a bold statement from Luke Fickell to mention retirement and Cincinnati kind of in the same thought. Interesting that it happens right during the middle of the silly season. So I wouldn't look too deep into it, but it is something that we haven't really, you know, kind of heard from him before. So that makes it interesting. And if it's interesting, we'll talk about it here on the Nightcap. That's what the whole point of this thing is, right? If it's interesting, we talk about it. Houston tomorrow, 4 o'clock, ABC, American Athletic Conference Championship. And it's going to be a good game. I think Cincinnati's better, but there are things that Houston does that present a problem. And they're going to be a problem for Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to have to take care of their pass rush. They're good against the run. They've got a very good running back. They've got a solid quarterback in Clayton Tune. So it's going to be a quality game, a good game. And I think it's one Cincinnati's going to have to play well for 4 quarters. If they do that, I think you're looking at probably 35-21, 35-17 type win. If we see the lulls that we've seen from this team at times, then it's going to come down to the wire. And it's going to be a game that is going to be in question throughout. So this is, I think, more than the matchups in Cincinnati and Houston and who does what well and breaking everything down. I think more than anything, it just comes down to, is Cincinnati going to play well? Generally at Nippert Stadium, that answer is yes. They've won 26 in a row. Desmond Ritter's won 43 games in his college career. He's never lost at Nippert Stadium. Do I think his last game, and I would be shocked if his last game at Nippert Stadium is his only loss as a starter for the Cincinnati Bearcats. That doesn't seem realistic to me. So, and what other thing is interesting, Cincinnati could potentially know its fate by kickoff in terms of if they win, are they in the Big 12 championship games at noon. So if, big if, because Oklahoma State's the better team, but if Baylor can knock off Oklahoma State would be out. And the reality is at that point, all Cincinnati's going to have to do is win, and they're in the college football playoff. The other dominoes we've talked about, you need one of Oklahoma State, Alabama, or Michigan to lose. If you get one of those three, Cincinnati's comfortably in. If all three win and Cincinnati wins, it's going to be a long wait until Sunday at noon. It's going to be an unknown. It's going to be completely up in the air. So that could be interesting in terms of the mentality going into the game. But I think with Notre Dame and that job no longer kind of a factor in this whole thing, I think the team has, since Wednesday night, has really had the ability to dial in. Not that they weren't, but just as a general, statement, they're going to have that right mindset of we're focusing on winning a championship, and all the outside stuff is just noise. So I feel good about where they're at. I feel good about the mentality. I feel good about the preparation. They just got to go out and execute. And if they execute, I think we've seen the defense the past 2 weeks really play at a high level against SMU and ECU. I expect the same again. I think they've regained their mojo. They've found their rhythm. And they've been able in those games to kind of build leads. Second quarter against ECU, right away against SMU. If they can do that again, kind of get out in front and play from ahead and force Houston to throw probably more than they want, then Cincinnati can control this game. If they can control this game, they walk away a winner. Finally for today, the Marcus Freeman video was awesome. Look, we're done. This is it, talking about Notre Dame. But Marcus Freeman walking into that weight room and the team exploding and jumping around and cheering with them. That's one of our guys, right? Marcus Freeman's got Bearcat blood in him. And really cool to see the way that all this played out for him. Really cool to see the way that team has embraced him, that program has embraced him. He's only been there 11 months, and those guys act like he's been their coach for, 4 years, 5 years. So, awesome stuff for Marcus. I'm happy for him. I texted him congratulations today, just kind of wanting to say, hat tip to you, brother. And didn't expect anything back, and he shot me back and just said thanks. So that's who he is. He's gonna get back to you. He's gonna respond. He's gonna thank you for wishing him well. So I think that's about it. That's gonna wrap it up. We will see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Nippert Stadium. This thing will probably be pretty late tomorrow night once we get done with media and travel back home. But I'll get it done. It'll be up. And we'll see you next time right here on the Galactic Fried Chicken Bearcat Journal Nightcap. Oh, I got it this time.